What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the show in which I am about to die. Look at that face. That is the face of someone who is about to die. Look at those hearts. Not many hearts, right? Because I'm doing terrible right now. But anyway, in the last episode, we retrieved the grappling hook after saving Medley from those wicked bokoblins and moblins and such. And we are continuing our trek through Dragon Roost Island in attempts to help out the great Valoo. Through whatever pain and suffering he is going through right now. So, let's go ahead and do it! Let's do it to it! As Max from the Goofy movie would say, let's do it to it! So, I really don't know why there's that ledge over there, but we will go there if I can. I'm going to make it. I know that I'm not going to fall, because if I fall, then that is basically the end. That's basically the end. I'm dead. So, and I really don't want to die here. It's way too early in the game for me to die. And I mean, it's Heroes mode, so I understand it being difficult, and I do enjoy the challenge, especially since I beat this game already. Oh, another feature in the Wind Waker HD, the Wii U version, anyway, is that when you use the grappling hook, the animation of it coiling around the branch of whatever you're latching onto, the animation is shorter, and it's a seemingly minor change to the game, but it really does speed up things, so I appreciate that. But as you can see, this Switch is ruining my life right now, but there's a reason why that little scorpion guy was placed here. There is, believe me. So let's go ahead and do this to him. Oh, okay. That was scary. I thought I was going to get hurt. I was going to try to pick him up because I thought he was going to curl into a little thing like this, but I had to do it twice, so it's a good thing I didn't run into him after hitting him the first time, because otherwise that would be it. I would be a goner. Link would be no more. Well, he'd still be there, it's just that he would have respawned. And you got the big key! Use it to gain entrance to the room where the dungeon's boss lurks. Boss? Boss? What are you talking about? I thought we were just trying to save the great Valoo from whatever danger he's in. I don't know about any boss. Just because he's in pain doesn't mean there's a boss. Well, of course, it's a Zelda game, there's gotta be a boss. And it is these keys that are really going to mess me up. I have a feeling that I am going to fall at the hands of these keys. I remember playing through this dungeon, and after receiving the big key, these fire keys just suddenly spawned out of nowhere, and it freaked me out the first time. Okay, but it's not freaking me out. It didn't freak me out quite as much as it's freaking me out right now. You know, Heroes mode and all. I keep saying that. I keep saying it like you guys don't understand that. Oh no! No! I can't believe it. Game over. Game over already. This is absolutely saddening. You know what? I may as well just stop playing right now and never play this game again. Would I like to save? That is a good question. Would I like to completely forget about the fact that I just died? Yes, I would, but I'm going to save anyway, because saving is very important. So anyway, I was saying, I apologize for continually repeating the whole thing about Heroes mode. You guys already understand that Heroes mode is difficult, as you guys just saw. Well, really, the whole me dying part was just me being reckless and careless and just plain out silly. I've got the dungeon map on my gamepad right now, but I've barely been looking at it at all. Actually, on my Wii U gamepad right now, it just shows the items menu, and it's just been there the entire time. So you could say that I haven't used the dungeon map at all, which in a way is an accomplishment, but really it would help if I would use it. I mean, I don't need to make things that difficult for myself. I mean, I deserve at least to use the dungeon map. I don't need to be so hard on myself. And this guy, come on, can you just please stand upright so that I can strike? Please. And not fall into the lava. Oh my goodness. I will wait for the right opportunity to jump and then throw the water pot. And now is the right opportunity. You got nothing on me, son! You're not my son, you're a— No! No, I was so close. So close. How many hearts did that take? Okay, so strangely, it only took half a heart. It seems like falling into the lava, that the damage that you take falling into the lava isn't double damage, because I know that enemies do double damage now, and I'm just being careless now. Just because I realize that the lava doesn't do double damage, I'm being careless, which is silly. It's absolutely silly. Don't you guys think that's silly? I think it's silly. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You see that epic dodge? That is how you play The Legend of Zelda right there. By dodging epically. I'm going to go ahead and actually assign the bottle to... I'll just get rid of the baits for now, and I'll just go ahead and use my grappling hook and then use my bottle on something. You guys will see what it is. Don't worry. You guys will see. Oh, nice. We got a yellow rupee, but unfortunately it's only 10, so it's really not that much. I mean, after all we did in Dragon Roost Island, you'd think that we'd get something more. Or something of more value anyway. And these Knight's Crests, it's actually Orca who collects the Knight's Crests. Just like how Mrs. Murray collects joy pendants, Orca collects these crests, so... And that fairy, I hope there's a fairy here too, because I took out my bottles in attempts to collect, or in hopes to collect a fairy. Oh no! 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 I'm so sorry. This episode has just been full of me messing up. Completely. And completely disappointing you guys, so I'm sorry, but I meant to press the button where the bottle was assigned, but for some reason I pressed B, which is, you know, to use the sword. So, well, I just wasted a fairy, so let's see if I can get by this boss without doing any damage at all. That's the challenge of this episode. Will I be able to defeat this boss without taking any damage at all? I doubt that I will be able to, seeing as how well I've been doing this entire episode so far. It's been like a good 8 minutes according to my timer, unless I did some editing and then, I don't know, maybe it's a little more than 8 minutes or a little less than 8 minutes. But anyway, I'm ruining this scene. Look at that Goma! That's Goma right there. If I've ever seen a Goma, that's one right there. That's a Goma right there. In order to beat this boss, you need to really be quick. You need to be on your feet for this, because you're going to be using the grappling hook to latch onto Valoo's tail, and then you'll swing over Goma like this. And then that will cause that giant stone-like layer to fall on top of Goma, and his shell will crack. So, basically, I was just explaining everything that was going on the screen, so, and I know that a lot of you don't like me doing that, so, oh, frame rate drop. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, really? I didn't realize that you could take damage from falling rocks during this boss. Like, I thought that the falling rocks were just to make the scene appear more intense, so, because games tend to do that, try to make scenes really intense, which is good. It really helps with the whole immersion thing with video games, and really, video games are great for, you know, immersing yourself in a fantasy world, in another world that is aside from reality, you know, not completely abandoning reality, but just living another life, you know, just seeing what it's like to live in a fantasy world. And what am I talking about? Frame rate drops again. Okay, I was actually afraid that what's it called? The falling rocks would land on my head again and make me do damage. So far, the only damage that I've taken is because of the rocks. So, technically, I guess I did fail my challenge, because the challenge was to not take any damage at all. I was going to say that I technically didn't fail the challenge because I didn't take damage from the boss, but that really wasn't the challenge. The challenge was to not take any damage at all, so unfortunately I failed because I am a failure. Look at that. You see that? Failure? You see that? I'm just kidding. Don't ever beat yourself up like that, kids. You know, be proud of who you are. You know, you are who you are. I really don't know what I'm getting at here. Why am I talking about this stuff during a boss fight? Come on, this is, oh no, oh my goodness. Okay, so I've got to be a lot more careful. A lot more careful. So just be careful not to fall into the lava. And nice. Okay, so now I can use the grappling hook, latch onto him, and then defeat him. There you go. There you go. I thought that I was going to need to do it a third time, but looks like 2 is the magic number this time. And with Nintendo, that's kind of surprising, because 3 is usually the magic number when it comes to bosses. But anyway, this is Goma. And that is Goma blowing up. And that is his eyeball falling on the ground. We have successfully defeated our first boss after only, what, 10 episodes, I think? I think we're already past 10 episodes. But we did it nonetheless. And I only died once, which I'm trying to make it sound like an accomplishment, but really just dying once in the very first dungeon, you know, setting Forsaken Fortress aside, because I can't really consider that a dungeon per se, because most of the time I didn't do much fighting. It was really just me sneaking around, and I didn't even fight a boss, so technically, no, it's not a dungeon in my eyes. But there we go. Valoo, you are free from the pain and the suffering. Yes! Cry out! Cry out! Enjoy! Medley, I've helped you guys. You guys owe me, okay? You guys owe me so much. I'm just kidding. We don't do good things in order to get things in return. We do good things for the sake of making people happy, and because it is the right thing to do. So, and there, the sky is now a beautiful blue, and we find ourselves teleporting back here, which is very convenient, you know. The Legend of Zelda is the world of Zelda is a very magical place to live in, a very magical world, excuse me. Well, Prince Kamali, don't you have something you want to say? I heard everything from Medley. ShdwjGaming, thank you so much. I'm sorry I mistrusted you. I hope I can be like you someday, ShdwjGaming. You will, Kamali, I just know it. Right, ShdwjGaming? Nope. Nope, I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm just kidding, Kamali. I know that you're going to become a great young Rito person. So, ShdwjGaming, here. I want you to take this, ShdwjGaming. Giving you the thing I value most will give me the courage I need to stand up to bad things. And here we are! You received Din's Pearl. This is the gem the Ritos claim was passed down from the great goddess. Yes, Valoo, continue to make cries of joy and freedom! The great Valoo is grateful to you, ShdwjGaming. And here he is speaking in Hylian. Now, it's really interesting because if you go through the game a second time, then that Hylian will actually be deciphered into English so that you can understand it. So, use the wind god's wind? That's what he said, but I don't understand. I wonder what it means. The wind god's wind. I wonder what he's talking about, or I wonder if what he's talking about has anything to do with the wind shrine that's through that tunnel. And there's a tingle bottle over there. The presence of tingle bottles tends to ruin scenes. Oh, I almost forgot. The great Valoo also names you, ShdwjGaming, a true hero. I agree with him. As far as we're concerned, ShdwjGaming, you really are a hero. Well, I'm going to go and visit Valoo. I'll come and see you sometime with the best pair of wings ever. Woohoo! And there he goes. Hey, Prince Kamali! Thanks so much, ShdwjGaming. See you again someday.